Jim Carrey is one of the biggest legends in the entire world in terms of entertainment. He had this big theatrical run that made him one of the biggest stars on the planet. This particular video will cover the career of Jim Carrey and what came of it. Jim Carrey started his stand-up career at the Yuk Yuk Club downtown Toronto, and well, let's just say it was not that great as he got booed off the stage. With all the heart that he had, all the talent that he had, I'm sure he thought he was going to make an impression, but a depression set up and he did not even want to absolutely try for a bit. He did later though at the Hayloft Club or the Hayloft Lot, and he was quite successful after polishing his act. He had a 20-minute gig there. A few years later, or two to be exact, he returned to the Yuk Yuk Club, which was later relocated, and he performed really well. He polished his particular act and performed well and had several open mic nights that led to paid gigs, and this gave him his first form of exposure. Jim Carrey was making waves in Toronto at this particular time, and parallelly so he tried to auditioned for a part in Saturday Night Live seasons 1980 to 1981, but he was rejected. He continued to perform his stand-up routine, and he was booked for a stand-up performance at the start of a band called Godo at the Roxy Theatre. He was booed off stage. He hated that so much that he did not return the next night. But what good had happened after a couple of weeks was he was on the entertainment section of the Toronto Star, and he was doing a Sammy Davis Jr. impression, and it was written, "A genuine star is born," or he was going to be a genuine star. The words will be written down. It's not coming to my mind right now, but this gave him absolute mainstream exposure. Then he landed a stand-up gig, a televised stand-up impressionist gig, and that led him to star in a movie called Introducing Janet. Now, this particular movie gained 1 million viewers, which further solidified the fame that Jim Carrey had obtained. Years later, they released this on VHS but named it Rubberface, pertaining to the strengths of Jim Carrey's talent. And after making some United States Comedy Club appearances, Rodney Dangerfield had noticed his talents and appointed him as his opening act in his tour. The Toronto Star then reported that Jim Carrey was looking for a work permit for United States, as Johnny Carson's Tonight Show was looking for stand-up comedy spots. They gave him a test, but told him to hone his craft and then come back to them. Jim Carrey began regularly performing at the Comedy Store, and getting the Tonight Show was sort of his immediate career goal, and by spring of 1983, he appeared to have achieved it after getting booked for a stand-up set on the highly rated late night show. But because of a very lukewarm set at the Improv, it got him unbooked. He went back to Toronto, and he was quite a success over there, which led him in 1983 to perform at the short-lived B.B. Magoon's theatrical venue on Bloor Street on 3 consecutive nights. And in CTV's flagship news magazine program W5 did a feature on Carrey that aired nationally in Canada. In LA, within months, he landed the main role on The Duck Factory, a sitcom being developed for NBC, which led him to finally get his impressionist act on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson via a promotional appearance for the sitcom, which was about to start airing nationally in United States. After doing a lot of stand-up, he got noticed by the movie makers of Once Bitten, and he was casted in that. And then again, he got another movie, Peggy Sue Got Married. He then had another opportunity to get into SNL and he was unfortunately rejected. But this time, Jim Carrey had something to fall back on: his movie career. Once Bitten was released mid-November 1985, and despite poor reviews, it was a modest boss of his success. Then Jim Carrey got another opportunity, and this time he actually got to audition in front of the producer, and yet again he was rejected. Then, after a while, you saw Jim Carrey routinely at the successful sketch comedy TV show In Living Color. He then got his big break in the movie Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, which went on to gross $72 million in United States and Canada. He then was supposed to star and did star in The Mask, which was touted to be a big hit. He got paid $5 million to reprise his role, in Ace Ventura, and he went on to get $7 million for the sequel for Mask and Dumb and Dumber. His Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls was released, and it did a box office of $212 million with mixed reviews. He then broke everything. He got $20 million the first time for an actor for The Cable Guy. The Cable Guy was not that well received by the audience, but it still went on to make $102 million. He did make a nice comeback with a successful film called Liar Liar. Now for the critical acclaim. Jim Carrey starred in a non-comedic role in the movie called The Truman Show, where this particular baby was born in a reality show setting where the actors were there, everyone was there, and only he was genuine. He thought this was an actual world. They placed product placements in between just to show and earn money from that, and this particular reality TV show became the biggest reality TV show in that movie, in that world, in that universe, and it gave him lots and lots and lots of critical success. He even won a Golden Globe for that particular role. He again could have won for another movie called Man on the Moon, where he was reprising playing a role of Andy Kaufman, but he failed to capture the Golden Globe that year. But he went back to his comedic roles, like a movie called Me, Myself and Irene. He starred back in the Dumb and Dumber sequel, and these were, films of his sort of niche, his sort of the place where brought him to the dance. So he went back and he did that. In the same year, he starred in a Christmas movie, which is one of the most successful Christmas movies of all time, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. He then later on starred in the movie with Jennifer Aniston, Bruce Almighty, which was quite a commercial success at around $484 million gross worldwide. Then comes a movie that I really enjoyed, one of my favorite movies, Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind. Jim Carrey, Kate Winslet. Jim Carrey plays a very depressed man because his girlfriend Kate Winslet apparently wiped off all the memories that she had of Jim Carrey, all the memories that they spent together. They were a couple, and all the memories that they spent together, all of their love and everything, because of a breakup. And this sci-fi love tragedy, in my opinion, was beautifully acted, beautifully directed, and it won a lot of praise amongst the critics. One of the best films of Jim Carrey. And covering Jim Carrey's career up until here, he did work in a wide variety of more films, like Fun with Dick and Jane, long back that was, recently Sonic, and between Number 23. I know a lot of people did not like Number 23, but I personally was, I enjoyed it one time viewing. Although I have to get back and see it, maybe it was as bad as some people say. But there was a shift in Jim Carrey. I guess he attained some spirituality, and there was a lot of, weird things like coming on Kimmel and giving that performance or that interview where he was making the sign, and apparently there was a laugh track in that, but laugh track that they put later on, there was an awkward silence there where he was talking about how the Illuminati was there and how everyone's, I'll let you show show you the clip right now.
Is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
You don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Right? Yeah.
What is it?
Come on, Jimmy. Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue.
Oh, I like it. It is a scraping.
It's the symbol of the all-mocking tongue. And I'm sick of it. I want everybody to be in on the joke, man. You know what I mean? For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on. And they get out there in the woods in a circle naked and they decide these things. And, and look at him trying to come it out. It's hilarious. And, and I'm sick of, hold on a second. You know what they're trying to do?
Who?
This thing is buzzing. Hold on. They're trying to turn us into, consumer drones of some sort. Hold on. I just got to get this.
And, yeah.
Yeah, listen, I'm in the middle of blowing the lid off some...
What happened?
I'm sorry, Jimmy. I was temporarily interrupted by my iPhone 6 Plus.
That's a big one, huh?
5.5 heads-up HD display. I think what I was really trying to say was I think people will enjoy Dumb and Dumber this weekend.
Things like, the recent summer award show that I don't particularly know. I didn't really research about that right now. He was giving an interview and he was like, it's not exactly his words, but he did say this was worthless. Who are you? Who am I? I don't, exist or something like that. So it looks like he's gone absolute spiritual. Some say crazy, some say spiritual, some say whatever. But it does feel that he's impacted right now, and I hope he is happy. And like, who am I to judge? Maybe he has gone and gone into that other zone after seeing success, and maybe success is not what it's cracked to be. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video on the short medium dive into Jim Carrey. Such videos are there, that's the norm, and there are many other kind of videos. It's a dude with the microphone, so I cover and give you many sorts of presentations. And if you like what you see, hit like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below with your thoughts of whatever you want to give, and turn the bell notification on so you know when my video is out. And thank you so much for watching this video.